Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickinson from Dubbo Regional Council.
93.5 Triple M, it is Jody and Matho for breakfast. Jody, it's a very special day today.
I know, it's Dubbo Day.
It is Dubbo Day. We're spending this whole next couple of hours during our breakfast shift. This whole shift dedicated to Dubbo Day, and we're going to be speaking to prominent people around Dubbo and some very special guests. But to kick it off, like, who else would you ask to kick something off to cut the ribbon for the day is the Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickinson. How are you, Matt?
Good, thanks. How do I get a title? Remember Mike Hussey used to be called Mr. Cricket. Can I get a title like Mr. Dubbo? Is that something that seems reasonable?
Mr. Dubbo, I like that.
Well, you have to wear the mascot.
Oh, okay. Just on my sleeve or the whole thing?
It comes with the costume.
Yeah, the whole costume thing.
That might be
Head on it,
a
big
bit
tail.
uncomfortable driving the car around, mightn't it?
I think so. just wear the robes. Just wear the Mayoral robes.
I
Yeah.
do. Anyway, that's mainly at home, though.
Yeah. I'd wear it 24/7.
Oh, I would never take it off.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Now, Mr. Mayor, we're chatting to you today because we want sort of an official, a kick-off. We're going to ask you to kick it off. But Dubbo Day, it feels fairly new. What's it all about?
Well, it goes back to just before we were born, back in 1849. The Gazettal of Dubbo as a village officially occurred on the 23rd of November 1849. The population at the time, it was exploding, Matho. It was 47, but with a bullet.
Wow.
47 on the way up. Absolutely exploding. There were 4 buildings here at the time, so that was good enough. The state government decided that they should gazette Dubbo as a village. What was interesting at the time was that we already had a police lockup that was built around 1847, and the irony here is great because it was actually administered by Wellington. So I suppose
Right.
Dubbo was run by Wellington at the time. Back in about 1846, I think they were doing some law and order things in Wellington, and they went, we'll take control of Dubbo. So it was obviously a bigger, because it had been established a bit earlier back in Wellington. So Dubbo said, no, we want to be our own village, and so that started from then. It was a little bit longer before we became a municipality. That was 19th of February 1872, which is when the first time they held an election and had a mayor. But then we jumped forward to 1999, and there was a sesquicentenary celebration held in 1999 to celebrate 150 years of Dubbo. Fantastic. And at that celebration, the council of the day said we should do some community service awards just to recognise some of those quiet achievers, some of those people behind the scenes doing some wonderful work. So they did that
that's
in
great.
that year, and that was it. They moved on. But then about a year or two later, they said, gee, that was nice. There were so many people doing great work in our community. Maybe what we should do is actually just pat those people on the back every year. And hence Dubbo Day Awards were born. So they started out as Community Service Awards, but renamed something much more appropriate, Dubbo Day Awards, and now it's a lot of excitement, and the ceremony is actually really nice because you have things like Australia Day where you've got some really significant achievers, but people often know those achievers. They see them in the community all the time. But Dubbo Day Awards are won by people that are just sitting there behind the scenes, ticking away, making a difference every day, but really not noticed by lots of people. So you've got to really get those people that are ticking away behind the scenes, making a difference in Dubbo, and actually say thank you. And they're a bit embarrassed about it typically. Oh, no, I don't deserve this award. No, well, you do actually, because you're doing a great thing for Dubbo. So it's a really nice feeling at the ceremony, and lots of people standing around just really saying to those people, you are making a difference. Well done.
And this year's ceremony is today as well. And it's going to be a big day. Are you expecting a big turnout?
Well, you always get, obviously, the people getting the awards, and I can't tell you exactly how many are going to get the awards because it hasn't happened yet, but there's typically, say, if in the order of 10 to 15 awards we might give out, so in that sort of number. But, of course, those people that come along, they'll normally bring a family member or two. So let's say you had 10 people, then you normally have 30 people or 40 people. So you get those people, then a few other friends will come along. And then we also invite all our councillors, of course, but also all former councillors. And it's a great opportunity for those former councillors who I believe have made a significant contribution to Dubbo as well. Then they come along as well to be part of that and present some of those awards. So you end up typically with a ceremony with 70 or 80 people there, but it's a really positive feeling as well. You put that many people together that are contributors and then their family and some former contributors and former councillors, then it's a pretty positive feeling in the room.
No, sounds like it.
Yeah, no, that's
gonna be a
such
good
a
day
great
today.
day. Yeah, absolutely. And Mr. Mayor, what is your favourite thing that you love about Dubbo?
Well, I'd have to say Triple M first, wouldn't I? So if we put Triple M
You do,
to one
absolutely.
Checks in the mail.
side, good, then I would say the community. What I love about Dubbo, and in fact, I'll tell you a quick little story if I've got time. When I first went to Sydney, I went to university in Sydney when I first finished high school. So I was 17 years of age. I went down to Sydney and I went to this old-fashioned thing called a record store. It was a second-hand record store, actually. I couldn't afford new records. And I went in there and I bought a record and the woman said, "You're from the country, are you?" And I looked at the shirt I was wearing. I looked at my forehead to see what I had stamped on me. And I went, "Well, yes, I am. How did you know?" She said, "You seem friendly and you said please and thank you." And I went, "Oh, wow, that's interesting. Don't they do that in Sydney?" And I found out that, no, they don't do that in Sydney.
No, not at all.
And so one of the things I love about Dubbo is it is friendly. If you go for a walk or a bike ride around Trackarila, you say good day to people. If you do that in Sydney, people look strangely at you or want to put out some alert that there's some strange person out there walking around Hyde Park saying hello to people. So the community is what I get really excited about, how friendly it is. You can walk down the main street, you can have a chat to random people. You just feel like you're part of a community. You don't live in a city, you're part of a community. And so that's my absolute favourite thing about Dubbo.
Mr. Mayor, we have to ask, can you officially open Dubbo Day on Triple M?
Well, I'd be disappointed if I didn't get to do that, Matho. So with all of my robes and chains clanging in the background, then I officially declare Dubbo Day open for Triple M today.
Yay!
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickinson from Dubbo Regional Council.